How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So in this video, like you all saw in the title, we're going to be breaking down 3 oversold stocks to buy now. I want to take a look at some charts. I want to go over my thoughts on these stocks and overall what my game plan is. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, go down below, get your 2 stocks from Webull, your $50 from M1 Finance, and feel free to check out my Patreon if you guys want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, private Discord access, a morning update video, plus more. All of that's on Patreon, link down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So the markets today, with about 3 hours left, are doing pretty dang well. The S&P's up 0.35%. The Dow is up 0.45%. The NASDAQ 100 is at break even, but it's okay because the Russell is up about 0.9%. And we will break these down a bit further in terms of the indexes in my video later on today. So feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss that video and any video I make for that matter. So let's talk about these 3 stocks. Stock number 1 being CCL, Carnival Cruise Line. And this is one that, if you guys are in my Patreon, you know I've been trading in and out of for the past couple of weeks, and quite frankly, I haven't traded it in the past 2 weeks, but prior to that, I traded it 3-4 times. So in the past month and a half, I've been in and out of it. And now I'm waiting for, there's a reason why I haven't been in it the past 2 weeks. I'm waiting for this breakout, and we're testing the breakout spot as I'm filming this video, and that spot is right around $24.50. Notice how this has been a sticking point over the past couple of trading days. If I pop up the 20-day chart, you guys can see ever since the 25th of August, we've struggled at about $24.50. We got rejected there once, twice, 3, 4, 5, and now is the 6th test. Will we get rejected again? Time will tell. This very well could be the test where we break out, which is why I'm covering it now so you guys have it on your radar. And look, I mean, back on that 4-hour chart, 24.50 was support back in March, April, even in May a little bit. So once you break a support, it becomes resistance, hence why it has been a sticking point as of late. And I'm telling you guys, once we start breaking out of 24.50 into 25.26, this stock is going to take off. Now, will it go up to 31, break the high here on the 4-hour chart? I don't know. That's a little bit far-fetched considering that is about $7 from where we are right now. But could it go to, let's say, 27, 28? Yes, very, very possible. That is extremely possible. And I'm going to set my alert. I'm going to set 2 alerts here. One at 24.50, which will probably trigger today, and I'm going to set another one at, let's put it at 25.50, which might not hit today considering that is about $1 higher from where we are now. I mean, anything is possible, but I don't think it's going to go up another $1 today. So that might be hit at some point next week. And once we start breaking out of these price alerts, this thing's going to go higher, and I'm going to want to build a position at that point on the breakout, and it's oversold. At the end of the day, I mean, this video is 3 oversold stocks. Even though it's rebounded quite nicely from 19 to 24.50, it's up 20% from that low point. It is still down 25% from that 31.50 high point from the beginning of June. So it's still, believe it or not, in a bear market, and I'm watching it for that exact reason. So stock number 1 is CCL, and stock 2, which I guess stock 2 is 2 stocks in one, but they're very similar. They're competing against each other. MasterCard and Visa. Both of these stocks, they're not in bear markets, I believe. Let me double check. MasterCard is down 15%, so it's not in a bear market. Visa is down about, let's see here, guys. Visa's down about 10, 11, 12%. So they're not in bear markets, but they're pretty oversold. And this 4-hour chart that we're looking at here does not tell the whole story. What does tell the whole story, or a lot of the story, is the 3-year chart. Take a look at this, guys. We got very overbought at 250 on Visa, which is the all-time high. I mean, most stocks are at all-time highs or hit all-time highs recently. That's the market that we're trading in right now. And we sold off, right, from 250 down to where we are now, 220. Again, down about 10, 12% from that all-time high. And notice how the uptrend on this 3-year chart is still continuing. We're above the 50 SMA, which has held over the past year and a half at this point on 2-3 separate, actually more than that, many occasions we've retraced to that 50 SMA and bounced. And now we're looking to do the same thing. We're maybe, and it's not for sure going to happen because we haven't confirmed the bounce yet, but we're maybe going to see buyers step in anywhere from 218 to 220, right around that 50 SMA on this 3-year chart. So for me, this 10-12% correction on Visa, being a blue chip stock, I think it's going to be bought up. Whether it's this month, next month, the holiday season, I have no idea. But I think buyers will ultimately step in on Visa to bid this thing up and push it up. Maybe not back to all-time highs. I mean, I don't know. It could go to all-time highs, but 235, 240, 245, that is where I can see this thing going. So I'm watching out for Visa and MasterCard. Again, MasterCard being down even more. And on the 3-year chart here on MasterCard, we're dipping under the 50 SMA with today's down day. And mind you, today, for some odd reason, I have no idea why, I looked into it, I didn't see anything. MasterCard and Visa, they're both down about 2%. And again, I have no idea why this is happening. If you guys have any insight, drop me a comment down below. And while you're at it, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So the fact that MasterCard's dumping under the 50 SMA on this 3-year chart isn't the most attractive thing. It's not the best thing, but we've seen it do it in the past on 2 separate occasions, right? Back in March 2020, as everything crashed, MasterCard got under that 50 SMA, held the 180, then bounced and ultimately recovered back over the 50 SMA. And back in October of 2020, about a year ago, we peaked under the 50 SMA momentarily and ultimately recovered back over it. So this could very well be a repeat of what happened in October of 2020, right? We're dipping under that 50. We might stay here for a little bit, but we might ultimately recover. So I'm going to be looking for a recovery back over the 50 SMA. And it's kind of far-fetched for this to go back to the 180 SMA where it was during the CV crash, because that would put it at about 280. And saying MasterCard is going to drop another 20%, another $60 per share from where we are now, that is a bit far-fetched. And we're not seeing an overall market crash, so it's not going to get there unless we see a market crash. Now, if we get the market crash, yes, it could go to 280. Right around the 180 SMA here on the weekly chart. That is very possible, but if we don't get the crash, I'd be leaning more towards a recovery back over the 50 SMA in the near term, and that is where we could end up making some money. So watch out for MasterCard, Visa, both blue chip, excellent companies. I love them. I own MasterCard, full disclosure, long term. I don't plan on selling it. I love the stock, and if it gets lower, I'm probably going to be adding more to my long-term position, to be quite honest with you guys. And the final stock for this video is FUBO, ticker symbol FUBO. This is one that you guys can see a clear-cut inverse head and shoulder on here on the 180-day 4-hour chart. We have the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. The neckline is at about $23.75, $24 per share, which we held back in January into March. and we've been holding 24, ever since July, pretty much all the way till now. And today we're currently up 2% on the stock, up 58 cents, and we've been moving up above the moving averages the past couple of trading days, which is a very good sign for this stock to recover towards the next main target, which in this case is $34 to $35 per share. That being the high point from the beginning towards the middle of August and from back in the end of June. So FUBO is very oversold. I mean, this was a $63 stock back in December. Now it's a $30 stock, so it's down about 55% from that point. And it seems like the past couple of months, we've been recovering slowly but surely, and now we're in the middle of trying to complete that right shoulder in the inverse head and shoulder pattern. Whether it gets to 35, 45, 57, excuse me, guys, I think this is going to complete the right shoulder. And you guys can see my main targets. I mean, I just said them. 35 being number one. So from here to 35, we have about 13 to 15% upside. If 35 breaks, the next main gap is up to about 45, which was the high from the beginning of March. That would give it another 20% upside from 35 to 45, and then from 45 up to 57, that's another 20% upside. But 57 is a bit far-fetched, at least from where we are now, considering we're only at $30 per share. So we have to take it bit by bit, step by step. We'll focus on 35 first. We'll make money from 30 to 35, in my opinion. Then if 35 were to break, that's a big break resistance spot. Then we'll be going to the 40s. So overall, guys, those are some stocks I'm looking at that are oversold. CCL, MasterCard, Visa, and FUBO. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. I'd love to know. As always, if you all enjoyed the video, smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe as well. And check out my Patreon if you guys want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, options, moves, a morning update video, private Discord access, and more access to me throughout the day. All of that's on Patreon, link down below, or you can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. That's StockSurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also snag up your $50 from M1 Finance. That runs out in 5 days, guys. No joke, 5 days. So if you didn't do that, use my link, deposit $100, get your $50, and you can get your 2 stocks from Webull up to $1,600 with a deposit of $100, same as M1 Finance. All the free money's linked down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.